1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 4.
जिथे जावे तू ओथे जावे दिल दस की मैं करूं जो तू
Mic test 1, mic test 2.
दिल ये टूट जानी है तेरे संग संग राह सारी कट जानी है मैं ता तेरे नाल रहना मान इन्ना मेरा कहना मेरी अखियों से होना कदी दूर ना तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना सब छड़ जाए तू ना मैनू छोड़ना तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना नहीं लगता नहीं लगता नहीं लगता नहीं लगता नहीं लगता नहीं लगता
Good evening, and welcome to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. I know Ken is invisible right now, but believe me, you'll be hearing from him pretty soon. So good evening to each and every one of you. Hey, we're a little bit late. We apologize for that. You know, due to some SMS difficulties. What can I say? Not technical. It's SMS difficulties. Radha Totaram, good night. You Satesh, how you doing? My beautiful friend in Toronto. Nasima Rohaman, how you doing? Mr. Rudy Ramachar from Toronto. Good night, good night. The beautiful Renuka Mahabir. And I know Selecta Bolt have Renuka song tonight, so keep it locked. Mr. Dindiyal Singh, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of our Monday night, every night here on Shanaz Musical Sensation, Island Zone Radio. Where is DJ Fest? Rocky Sankar, good night to you. Our DJ tonight is Selecta Bolt on the ones and the twos. Mr. Rajiv Nandalal, how you doing? Ram Bechu, good night to you. The beautiful Veronica Jaglal, good night, good night. We miss each and every one of you. Happy 2021. Marcelo, good night to you. We have some live studio guests tonight. Hey, beautiful Kavita Ramkissoon, good night, good night. Bibi Khan.
तुम नहीं भूलना तेरे संग जीना मेरा तेरे संग ढलना सच्ची चाहतों का होता कोई मोल ना तेरे बिन तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना कि तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना सब छट जाए तू ना मैनू छोड़ना कि तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना रानिया रानिया तू भी सीख कभी दुख सुख
Love is in the air, and love is always in the air when Shanaz Musical Sensation is on. And we have Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken, sharing our love to each and every one of you. I want to hear from Mr. Ken. I know he's in the background tonight. But, you know, good night, Ken. How are you tonight?
Well, a very good evening to Shanaz and then to all our viewers. I want to say Happy New Year to all of you guys and wish you all the very best and hope you have a very successful year. Yes, I am in the background tonight because we are having some guests in the studio, and because of COVID restriction, I am going to sit back and relax and be in my own seat.
So good night to the beautiful Auntie Gina Mangru. Andy, how are you doing? Thank you very much. The beautiful Sonia Chandani, Mr. Paul Ratnas, good night to you. Melissa Bukai, how are you doing? Good night, good night. Please share the link, share the love. We have a fantastic guest coming in. And we also have a debut. We don't normally play a lot of songs and music on Monday night, but this is a wonderful friend of mine. And I am so happy that he's launching his song tonight on Island Zone Radio, Shanaz Musical Sensation, Mr. Navin Singh. So do guys, keep it locked, share the link, share the love. Happy Monday to each and every one of you.
गर्मियां फिर रुकी रुकी कह भी न पाए रह भी न पाए क्यों बेवजह है ये बेबसी तुम में हम है हम में तुम हो तुमसे हम है हमसे तुम हो किस्मतों से मिलते हैं दो दिल यहाँ हर किसी को नहीं मिलता यहाँ प्यार जिंदगी में हर किसी को नहीं मिलता यहाँ प्यार जिंदगी में खुश नसीब है हम जिनको है मिली ये बहार जिंदगी में हर किसी को नहीं मिलता
Thank you very much, Mr. Lekram Narayan. Thank you for sharing the link. Rishi Rambali, how you doing? Good night for Waka to each and every one of you from Suriname. Sherry, good night to you.
प्यार ना हो तो जिंदगी क्या है यार ना हो तो बंदगी क्या है प्यार ना हो तो जिंदगी क्या है यार ना हो तो बंदगी क्या है तुझसे ही हर खुशी है तेरे दम से आशिकी है जान ले मिल जाए हमको सब कुछ सही है फिर इस तरह क्यों
Hey, Mr. Hirilal Kishore from Toronto, good night to you. Nalini, good night, good night. Marianne Lou, good night to you.
हम में तुम हो तुमसे हम है हमसे तुम हो किस्मतों से मिलते हैं दो दिल यहाँ हर किसी को
Guys, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being a part of our Monday night. Davy, good night to you. Radha Totram, thank you guys for sharing the link and sharing the love. Nalini Bhagwanjan, good night to you. Thank you very much. You know, with your imagination, you could be anywhere. And tonight, I choose to be beside the beautiful Soma Saeed. She's a candidate running for NYC City Council District 24. So guys, good night, good night. And Soma, welcome back to Shanaz Musical Sensation. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. So happy to be here.
I am glad you made time to stop on in our studio tonight. I know Ken is our co-host. He's behind the scenes, but he have all his questions ready for you tonight. Welcome. It was a great pleasure having you in our program. I believe it was in November. My viewers love you. They shared the link, and I said, you know what? This is a young person that, you know, running for District 24. And, you know, I've seen your hard work, door-to-door campaigning, and so much more. Let's talk about what's happened, all the new changes from November to now.
Great, it's good to be back. Thank you so much for having, and thanks to Ken as well for having me. Well, when last time I appeared, you know, you knew that we were having a special election in February.
February 2nd, right?
Yes, so it's only 21 days away. And exciting things have happened. Today I got one of the biggest endorsements from the National Latino Officer Association.
Congratulations,
Yes.
congratulations.
Yes.
That means a lot, you know, when you're recognized by all these big names in our community.
Absolutely. It's about keeping our communities safe, making sure our streets are clean. It's about working together with the community and the law enforcement agencies that are here to protect us. So we have to work together. That's the bottom line.
We need our protection right now more than ever. So I'm glad that you know, you have a mission. Tell us, share it with our viewers a little bit more about your mission. Russell Link, good night to you. Nalini, thank you very much. Geeta, how you doing? And Sita Ramkran, good night to you. Rose Harinarayan, please share the link, share the love. I have Mr. Ken Ramprasad, and he already have a question, you know. So Ken, go ahead with your question.
Well, good evening to our beautiful attorney of law from Bangladesh. I want to welcome you to our studio and to the Ken Ramprasad show. You know, I know first time you're coming on this show, but I want our viewers to get a taste of who you are really in New York and which district are you running for. And one of the things I want to tell you, I always admire women who come into this country from another country. I know how difficult it is, and I have to applaud you. So let's hear a little bit of who you really are.
Thank you. That's a great question. Firstly, I'm a child of immigrants, and I'm an immigrant too. I came here when I was 12, and this community has Queens. I was raised in Queens, in Jamaica, and this is the community I came back after law school to set up my law practice, helping mom and pop business entrepreneurs, immigrants, and working class communities. And this is what I love doing. Helping people who are in these communities, whether they need help with their immigration, landlord-tenant issues, with their unemployment issues. So I've been working for the last 20 years with various organizations in various issues of our time. You remember the mortgage foreclosure. I stepped in, I became an attorney to help homeowners who are facing mortgage foreclosures. Then in the 2012 Hurricane Sandy, I again volunteered my services to individuals who needed the help, both tenants and landlords. And I also went to the Far Rockaway to do cleanup. Then when it came to 2017, it was about freedom, it was about rights, about justice. I protested the 2017 travel ban. Then subsequently, I volunteered with ACLU to represent individuals who are stuck at airports all over the USA as well as abroad. And during this pandemic, I haven't sat back, and I've actually been out in March, April, May to make sure people have masks, they have food, they have legal advice, whether it would be immigration, landlord-tenant, mortgage foreclosure issue, small business assistance. So this is what I've been doing, and this is what I love doing, and this is what my campaign is about. I'm running in District 24, which is composes of Jamaica, Jamaica Hills, Briarwood, Jamaica Estates, Flushing, Fresh Meadows, Paumanok, Chester, Parkway Village. So it's a large district with diverse needs and diverse issues. And right now, what we're facing, 3 top issues: employment, education, because for the last 11 months, our children have been learning remotely. But guess what? 800,000 students are learning remotely, 300 are doing hybrid. What this means is technology has been a big issue for so many immigrant communities, as well as communities from low-income brackets, because they don't have Wi-Fi, they don't have working laptop, and parents who are not able to speak English or don't have, their first language is not English, have had difficulties in making their children learn what needs to be learned. So studies have shown that Black and brown children are going to be 3 months to 2 years behind in progress. And that's no joke. So we need to focus on make sure they have funding. There's funding for language accessibility as well as digital divide.
Technology and the computers.
Exactly. And then people don't have jobs. They're suffering.
And language barrier, it makes a big difference in getting what you need. You could be speaking the language and getting a laptop for your child when I don't know where to go and how to get these things done. So your representation makes a lot of difference. So I'm glad that you're out there making a difference in so many folks' lives. Guys, we're talking to the beautiful Soma Said. She's a candidate for NYC City Council District 24, as she mentioned. Some areas that cover District 24, and there's a lot of colored folks. I must say West Indian, Trinidad folks, Bangladesh, Guyanese, little Guyana, I would say.
Yep.
So
yes.
she's representing all of us in this District 24. And if you guys have any question, please put it in the chat box. We'll read it out loud for you. Abid Hussein, good night to you. John from Queens, good night, good night. How you doing? Davy Balram, good night to you. Lilita, how you doing? Good night to Mr. Harry Shivdat. And thank you guys for being a part of our Monday night. Please share the link, share the love. And remember, most of all, Soma is urging you, February 2nd is that special election. February 2nd, where are some of the locations we can go out and vote?
So this is a special election. What that means is our former council member resigned. So we have no one right now. And we're talking about in February 2nd. We just went through a national election. But this election is so important because this is a local election. It affects quality of life issues. It affects your property taxes. It affects your safe and clean streets. It affects the funding for your children for education. And affects how we help our small businesses to come back from the distraction they have been facing for the last 11 months. So please vote for me on February 2nd. And this is the first time the city is doing a ranked choice voting. And it's so important for our people from our communities to understand what that means. What that means is you get to vote for 5 candidates in order of preference. Your top preference, number 1, second choice, third choice, fourth choice, and fifth choice. So I'm urging you to vote for me as number 1, then you can vote the others as you like. But moreover, we have early voting. Early voting means here's an opportunity 9 days from January 23rd till January 31st. You have an opportunity to go out and vote, and so you don't have to stand in line. So that means we have 10 days of voting. So everyone should be voting. If you're going to be doing early voting, part of it will be in York College. The other part will be in Queens College. But on February 2nd, you'll vote where you have normally voted. And then there's last resort is mail-in ballot. But right now is the time to request it. You can do it online, or you can reach out to my campaign office. My campaign office is at 15903 Hillside Avenue, Jamaica. They will be able to give you a form to request an absentee ballot.
Also, you can visit your website, sfornewyork.com.
Yes. So somafornewyork.com, and you'll also get the links where you can go vote. And then if you still haven't registered to vote, or you have to change your address, you can drop those forms off till January 23rd. But you have to do it right now physically. You have to go to the Board of Elections office at 11835 Queens Boulevard. So those who are not able to go in person to vote, I urge you to get absentee ballots and vote. Send your absentee ballots in. So you cannot miss it. 10 days of voting. It's amazing. 10 days of voting,
that's a lot of windows we have out there, guys. So get on there. I know you can count on the Ken Ramprasad family. They'll be supporting you because, when you're running for city council, it makes a difference in who you see in your community. And there's 12 candidates starting out with this race. I remember. More?
No, actually it's less because some of the individuals are not running or haven't been able to run. So you have a very short window of time.
And how many candidates you have right now?
On the ballot, we have 8.
8 right now.
So we have the sample ballot, actually. So I am the last one in the ballot. So you can't miss me. You look down, I'm in the last. Soma S. Syed. And you pick me number 1 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's so important to educate our communities, and we're going to be the guinea pigs for ranked choice voting.
Yes.
And we, already people from our communities sometimes are not aware of elections, who's running, how important it is to go out and vote. And then on top of that, we have ranked choice voting. So all these elements will affect the voter turnout. But guess what? I'm out there. My volunteers out there. My campaign people are out there. We're educating people about the ranked choice voting. Not only the ranked choice voting, about voting, why they should be voting. And they should be voting for me because of leadership, because of experience, and because of knowledge. And I have done the work.
That's right. I was about to mention before, it all makes a difference in whose face you're seeing out there in your community and what work they're doing. But, I've seen you, I've bumped into you so many places. In fact, last week, a few weekends ago, I crashed your campaign office, right? I just showed up there with a live, and I saw your folks door to door. They're doing a fantastic job. And it's all about charity work and what we're doing is strengthening our community. And as you said, you're ensuring that they have food and guidance. It's so important to get legitimate guidance right now and the right information. So guys, I know Ken have a question. So Ken?
So again, my next question to you is that we know that there's 8 other candidates that people have to vote for. They could choose one of them. What really makes you stand out, or why should people go and vote for Soma?
Excellent question, Ken. And as I mentioned before, I've seen her face on television, on Facebook, and around the neighborhood, the community, doing her work. But I'll have her answer that. And I have, You said out of that 8 candidate, I haven't seen much of the others doing their work in the community. So you could go ahead.
Thank you. That's a very good question. They should vote for me because I know this community. I know what the struggles are. I've been there. My family has been there. And when I walk around the district, whether talking to an elderly person or an adult or a child, there are gaping needs in our communities that have not been addressed. And I'm the only person who can do that because for me, this is not about fame or status. This is about actually doing the work. And I've been doing the work. So it's about the leadership. It's about coming with a sincere heart to help people. And helping people requires you to understand what the issues are, what the priorities are, and then you're going to make them a priority. And you're going to talk to voters. You're going to find out what's going on.
What their needs are.
So what makes me different is that this is who I am. This is what I've been doing all my life. This is what I've been doing for the last 20 years. With my connection with my bar association, I am the president of the Queens County Women's Bar Association. And then I'm also the chairperson of the New York State Lawyer Referral and Information Service. What I do with the New York State Bar Association is in upstate, there are about 60 counties. They cannot afford to maintain their own lawyer referral divisions. So we step in and we connect competent attorneys with potential clients. So that's a real service. And this is what I do. I am the founding member and senior vice president of Community Alliance Group. And I'm really proud of the work that we have done the last couple of years. And one of the things that we really did is in Elman and Valley Stream, the water quality isn't so good. And also there's a high rate of cancer. So we brought the focus in that community, in those communities. And a NASA legislator gave $1 million to do research. And these are the things we do. We impact communities. We bring people together. And that's what I will be doing when I get to City Hall. I will be speaking for people who really need the help. And the issues, the problems we have, employment, lack of employment or underemployment, I know what to do. We need to get the experts. We need to make sure our businesses have the resources so they can hire back the employees they have to let go or grow their business or keep their business. Because look at the restaurant business. Nobody's going in and eating. The fine dining restaurant business is gone. So we have to bring those businesses back. We have to bring jobs for my communities. We have so many frontline workers, grocery workers, and they don't have jobs.
Stores.
Mom and pop everywhere. They're shut down. When you go to Hillside Avenue, Parsons Boulevard, whether it's Union Turnpike, Casino Boulevard, no street, no community is immune. And then talk about education. I am a product of public education. And I know how important education is because this is the only way one can move forward in life. Most people can. There are exceptions to it. There are brilliant dropouts who make billions of dollars, but most of us have to have some education to get jobs. And we need to invest in our future generation, and that's what I intend to do. I see the needs. When the pandemic started, people reached out to me. Teachers reached out to me, say, hey, look, we have these parents, they don't speak any word of English. The students don't speak any word of English. What can I do? I said, let me know and let me help you. And so these are things that are constantly coming to me, issues that are coming to me. And I'll be working on it. I'll be ready because I'm the only one with the experience, leadership, and confidence and trust that people have in me.
Not forgetting the background. So thank you guys for joining us. Good night, Auntie Nalini Aidu, Dindi Al Singh, Bibi Khan. I know the beautiful Shanti Singh is also watching, sending you love from Shanaz and Ken. Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken, sending you lots of love and prayers. Radha Totaram, good night to you. Jamini Sukhdev, good night to you. Shiva, how you doing? We'll call upon Selecta Bolt and we'll be right back with some more questions from Ken and the viewers right out there. So good night to each and every one of you. Selecta Bolt, let's rock and roll.
That's right, Shanaz. And as you said, Shanti Singh, on behalf of Ken and Shanaz, I would like to extend to you and to your family our deepest sympathy. I know your mom was a beautiful woman. Also, we know that we've lost so many people in our community. We know that Mr. Moti, his father died in Florida a couple days ago. On behalf of Shanaz and myself, we would like to extend to you and your family our deepest sympathy. We love you guys, okay?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Paul Ratnas. Lorraine Nabob, thank you very much. Thank you guys for sharing the link and sharing the love and being a part of our conversation tonight. Because, you know, your voice matters, and we are glad that we could bring these programs to you to know about, to inform you guys about early voting and the special election that's coming. You're living in a community, you need to be aware of what's going on in that community, and I don't think I'll be waiting for February 2nd to go out there and cast my ballots. So I'll be out there, see you guys there. Good night, good night. welcome back to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. We have in the studio tonight beautiful Soma Said running for City Council District 24. And Soma grew up in our community, I must say. She came here from Bangladesh when she was just 12 years old. She gave you her entire history on our program following back in November, I believe. So it's not a first time you're seeing her, but because of her constant community work and the love for our community, you know, she's back and she's getting all the support from our West Indian viewers. So guys, I know Ken have a question, and because, you know, we as women, when you're running for politics, running for any kind of job, I'm sure there must be a lot of competition and some, you know, what can I say, challenges. So Ken, go ahead.
So, you know, just now I heard she said that, you know, she's been doing this for 20 years, but she looked like 20 years old now. So I'm back here wondering.
They said when you do what you love, you don't age and you don't feel like you're working.
I'm forever young.
That's a beautiful thing, and that's how you look at life, really. It really do helps. But what have inspired you to become an attorney and to be an advocate for people, especially people here in District 24? I also know that you came back from Albany, from law school, and you came back to your community. What has given you that drive to come to District 24 to work hard for them?
Thank you. You know, I decided when I was 12 that I was going to be an attorney. So reading, watching movies, you know, Matlock, Perry Mason, and others, I got this sense that you can use the law to make people's lives better. You can help people. You can change policies. You can change countries. And you can give people second chances and options in lives they would not normally have through other careers. So that's what motivated me to become an attorney. And I love working with people, and my practice has been, and it does revolve around helping people with their problems, people with their issues. So my practice has always been about people-oriented and finding cost-effective solutions to their issues. So it's just natural for me. When I talk to people, when I hear their stories, it touches me. Their stories touches me. Their backgrounds touch me. So that's what I love doing. And it's you know, coming back from Albany, coming back to the community I grew up in, it was just natural. It felt like home. Like
serving where you were raised and the people in need.
Exactly. Like, where else would I go? You know, strangely, I had opportunities to go abroad, Europe, Middle East, and other states to work or job opportunities. I did not. I felt like this is the place I want to be, and this is the place that I need to help.
What change would you like to see done to the community and the district you're running for?
So one of the things I want to see done immediately is that every year, every council gets discretionary funds. My district, District 24, gets about $750,000. I want to make sure that money is applied equally to all communities. And we need a community center and a youth center and a senior center in Jamaica vicinity. We don't have one. And there we have so many elderly population. We have youth who don't have avenues to channel their energies and skills. So we need place for them to go and hang out and play basketball or play chess, so they can grow and develop their minds. And the elderly people, they all have a place to go and meet their friends, and a place that's just their own. So that's something we need to really focus on. But moreover, we need to make sure our districts work for everybody, meaning homeowners who are facing hardships right now because they can't afford to pay mortgages, either because they lost their jobs or their businesses are shut down, or they have tenants who are not able to mortgages because they also lost their jobs. So we need to provide reliefs and funding to landlords. And I will make sure my district and the city council does not raise taxes on property taxes on homeowners, because since 2002, taxes have gone up about 18%.
Yes, that was my next question to you, to see what you could do to help us landlords out there, because it is going up every year. Annually, there is an increase. What are they doing with our tax dollars, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the 18% is no joke. And on top of that, people's incomes have not gone up. The cost of repairs has gone through the roof. Property taxes have gone through the roof. Living
is going up every day.
Living costs, even for people's children, when they want to send children, whether it would be SUNY or private colleges, it's too expensive. And then you have to think about your own retirement. You have to save for tomorrow, think about tomorrow. You can't just think about today. And people don't have that opportunities right now because of all these expenses. So really, really need to focus on these things. And we need to make sure this is a place where families can raise their children and they will want to stay here. They're not going to think about moving somewhere else. And that's important. And how do you do that? You have to make sure we have our streets are clean, make sure our streets are safe, make sure transportation works for us. Right now, buses and subways, it shouldn't take 2 hours, 3 hours to get to a job. And they're not friendly. Buses and subways are not friendly right now because they just take too long. Really need to work on that. And you got to think about our tenants who are facing evictions, tenants who are not able to pay rent. Make sure that they get the help they need and they're not retaliated by landlords. Because you got to think about everybody. If no tenants existed, that also means no landlords will exist. If businesses don't thrive in our communities, that means we don't have jobs here. It's going to be like the 70s a flight from the urban cities into the suburbia. We don't want that. That's going to devastate New York City. We don't need that anymore. So we need someone who understands these issues, someone who understands that every issue is interlinked with another issue, and someone who truly and genuinely advocates for people. And that's what we need in City Council, and that's who I am, and that's why I'm running, and that's why I'm asking for your vote to give me an opportunity to go to City Council and represent you and bring representation and advocacy and opportunities in District 24.
Thank you so much. Let me say good night to our very regular viewer, Mr. Apache Warrior friend indeed. Mr. Bollywood Anthony Prasad, I love your, I think is your emoji, but it's a little off. You need a darker sunshade. Emos, how are you doing? Shanti Singh, thank you very much. Mr. Jesh Ramnan, thank you. Raymond Backus. Mr. Joe Jaglal, our international friend from Toronto, good night to you. Roshni, how are you doing? Mr. Hassan Yusuf, good night to you. Maureen Ramcharan, Underground Song. Mr. Alvin Ramsrup, thank you very much for sharing the link and sharing the love. Mr. Suresh Sugam, good night to you. And if you have any questions for our beautiful candidate tonight, feel free to ask in our chat. And Caribbean Movements, good night to you. Where is Selecta Bolt? Good night to each and every one of you. Miss Caribbean Movement said they're giving it to other countries, paying the police and for Trump to play golf with our tax dollars. I believe that, Mr. Caribbean, while we work hard and pay for all the best, right? Thank you very much for your input. Select the bolt on the ones and the twos. Let's go. a special offer for you guys who live in Region 6. You need woman empowerment, empower yourself, escape from that abusive relationship. Please contact Mr. Suresh Sugrim. And yes, there's so many trades going on, so many learning educational program coming out of the humanitarian mission in Guyana. So it's never too late. Start educating yourself and your kids. The beautiful Vidya, Raghunath, good night to you. Auntie Nalini Naidu, Zamin, how you doing? Lokweshwar, good night to you. Sita, how you doing? Good night, good night. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. The beautiful Mala Mutlu. Good evening. Welcome back to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. I know Ken is behind the scenes having all the questions ready for our candidate today. The beautiful Soma Said is no guest to the Shanaz Musical Sensation program. And I know she's running for City Council District 24. And Ken have another question.
Good evening to Savitri Bailey. Good evening to you and Indira Santi. You know, I've always think that the best people to choose is people who, like you, who know your district, who came from another country, an underdog who came from the bottom and start right up. So you will be a fantastic candidate for your district, and we wish you well. But what I want to ask you is, if people want to know more about Soma, how can they get those information? And if people want to call you or contact you, what should they do?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your encouragement and support. I appreciate it. So you can check out my website, www.somaforny.com. There's plenty of information about me, who I am, why I'm running, why I'm so passionate about people and policies and making people's lives better. Because I feel that's the greatest gift one has, is what you give to others. And you should do more, take less. That's my policy, and that's how I live my life. And you can email us, info@somafornewyork.com. You can reach out to us. Our campaign office is at 15903 Hillside Avenue, Jamaica. Stop by. We have people in there from 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Stop by, say hello, and pick up some palm cards or a poster, and leave a note for me. I'm not always there because I'm campaigning, I'm meeting voters, but I'm here. I'm in Facebook, I'm in Twitter, I'm in Instagram, and then my website, and then my campaign office. So reach out to us, email us, send a direct message in Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm happy to talk to you and when you reach out to me.
Guys, and I know I've been to your campaign office. I saw your staff came from all walks of life. I must say they're very diverse, starting from Guyanese to Bangladesh to Jamaican, African American. So you hired everyone because this is what our community contains of, different races.
Exactly. This is what District 24 looks like. This is what's beautiful about diversity and inclusion. That we can come from different backgrounds, we can come from different countries, we can have different religious practices, but the things that are common in us is our love for each other and for issues that affect us. And to see good people in offices who are running, who want to run, who want to work for the people. And that is because they have done this. Their previous jobs, previous positions. And these are the type of leadership type people you need to get elected in offices. And what people have done in the past is a very good indicator of what they're going to do next. So it's very important to elect someone with my leadership, with my level of commitment
and experience.
Confidence. Exactly, experience.
You know the law, and you've been helping our community for such a long time. I must say congratulations. And does it make it easier for running for District 24, knowing that you have a lawyer background, right? You know the law.
Right. Most elected officials are attorneys or former attorneys. And because City Council is like the U.S. Congress, we are there to make laws. So I've been practicing law. I've been looking at the law, how it's applied to particular cases of my clients, particular situation. Now I'm ready to legislate. I'm ready to legislate for laws that will make our lives better in District 24. And when these particular issues and laws make our lives better in District 24, I'm hoping it will be applied everywhere else in New York City, because that's what matters. My district matters. And the issues that are in my district, like we need more funding for parks and recreational areas.
That's right. It's good to know who your city council is, a city council member. I believe the website is Reps for Me.
I'm sorry?
Reps. Where can they go to see who's representing them?
Well, they can type in New York City Council, and then they also have an opportunity. It's a widget, widget.com for City Council. You can type in your address there, and it will show you who your City Council person is, which district you are in. Just type in your address, and you can see who your City Council person is. And the other thing is, it's so vital for immigrant communities, for working class communities, and that we know what the information is. One of the things that has been happening to us is that we don't have access to information. If we don't have access to information, how are we going to make decisions that affect our lives? For example, there's the MWBE contracts. The city sets aside about 30% of the contracts for minority and women-owned businesses. Do you know how many contracts are actually taken? It's like 3%. And why is that? Because most people don't know how they can get the contracts. They have difficulty processing the paperwork. And thirdly, they miss deadlines, because you need to know when these contracts are coming out, because they have deadlines. So I want to focus on that. The other thing is, many people don't want to go to college. Maybe they want to go to trade school or vocational school and still make a good living. So you also need to emphasize that to make sure our communities have different options. There should not be just one option. There should be multiple of options to make people's lives better. And that's what I intend to do.
Thank you very much, guys. We're talking with the beautiful Soma Said, running for City Council District 24. Savitri Bailey, good night to you. Munesh Narayan, good night to you. How are you doing? Chandralal, thank you. And I see our viewers are giving you all the love and support you need. Girly Prasad, good night. Radhika Jaikaran, how are you doing? Good night to each and every one of you. We're sending love and sympathy to our beautiful friend Shanti Singh, who lost her mother. So Natasha Ram, good night to you. Good night, Savitri Bailey. Ryan Hasraj, how are you doing? Freddie Mack, good night. It's Jay Darnauth, good night to you. And yes, we'll go with Selecta Bolt as we wrap up, because Soma is so busy. I'm glad you made the time to come on down to our studio. She is urging you to get out there and vote February 2nd, like it's a regular election. Am I right?
Yes, it is. It's an election. It's an important election. I feel local elections are more important than national elections. So I'm urging everyone who's a voter who lives in District 24, please come out, vote on February 2nd. You don't have to wait till February 2nd. You can vote early voting, January 23rd till January 31st. I'm asking you to vote me as number 1. My name will be on the bottom, number 8 candidate. Horizontally, it'll be number 8. Then vertically, you'll have a preference, top 5 choices. I'm asking you to pick me as number 1, and then you can make a decision about other people that eat. So please vote for me, because confidence matters, experience matters, leadership matters, and trust matters. And I have leadership, and I have experience, and I will get this district the needs we have, jobs, funding for schools, and for small businesses, because I will work with the experts to make sure we get what we need in our districts.
Guys, you heard her. February 2nd, get out there, vote. Early voting is happening. The dates she mentioned before. Zamin Kilawan, good night. You Lokeshwar, how are you doing? Sita Ramkaran, good night, good night. Anthony, thank you very much. Let's go with Selecta Bolt, and thank you so much for stopping by. You're always welcome, but she's urging you to get out there and vote. You'll see her name at the bottom of the ballot, but you can still make her number one. Remember that. I'll be out there voting, and I want to see you guys voting too.
But I just want to mention the bottom of the ballot doesn't mean anything. So that doesn't mean someone is it's at the last. It's when you file your paperwork, when you file the petition. So you have a certain days to file the petition. You can choose to file the first day. You can choose to file in the middle of the day. I just chose to file at the very end after everyone else. So that's why my name is number 8. But what that means is
she'll be number 1.
That's right.
Well,
you can still make her number 1 by voting. You know, you have 5 preferences, and number 1 should be Soma side.
Yes.
So guys, thank you for being a part of our Monday night. I know you guys have to work tomorrow, but thank you. Selecta Bolt, let's give them a tune, and thank you for being in our company.
Again, guys, we know that Deo Moti lost his father in Florida a couple days ago. And so on behalf of Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken and all our viewers, we would like to extend our deepest sympathy to you and your family. And I know it's a difficult time we're going through. Also, we know the beautiful Shanti Singh, who support us here on the Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. I know she lost her mother, who is a very pretty woman. We would like to extend to you, Shanti, our deepest sympathy. We pray that God give you faith, wisdom, and understanding to know that, Mom, her time has come, and I can tell you, she made a beautiful soul, and that's you, Shanti. So you can live on to live Mommy, her beauty, and give the world what Mommy gave you. So again, also we want to know that yesterday, I dedicate my show to this guy in Berbice, Mr. Haroon. He died, and I want to extend to the family again on behalf of Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken our deepest sympathy. We pray that Allah would give him the best seat in heaven. And I want to thank the family for their love and their support, that they have made a generous donation to our studio, Shanaz. And it's so good when people can be kind to us. As Soma is leaving, I want to wish her all the very best. Go ahead and vote for her. I always believe in women's power, and give her the power. Go out and vote February 2nd for her. We will talk about it more as the time comes on, and so you guys can go. And I always believe that the best person that can advocate for you is those who are coming up from the bottom and work their way up to the top. So she is one of our best candidates so far, and we wish her all the very best. And we pray that God will take you to a high seat to represent all of us here in District 24.
That's right. Thank you so much for stopping by. She's always welcome in our studio. Ram Patap, good night to you. Indira Shanti, how are you doing? Pami Hernandez, Bertie Ramcharan, Savitri Bailey. And don't forget, you'll be seeing Soma on television. She was on my TV program last Saturday. Thank you for all the love and the support. And yes, Selecta Bolt, let's go. Rose, good night to you. Usha Azimola, good night, good night. I know the beautiful girly Passada is listening to us driving from work. So good night, you guys could always lock on and rewatch our program when it's convenient for you on another day. Indira Shanti, good night to you. Good night, each and every one of you. What did you miss? Well, you missed a lot. But you can never miss our love for each and every one of you. From Antigua, good night, good night. Not forgetting Natasha Ram. The beautiful Zaleka Zamdin. My beautiful mom, Bibi Mohammed, good night, sending you special love. Indira Santi, good night, good night. Well, it's also freezing here in NYC also. Janet Bihari, good night to you. Mr. Ram Rampatop, good night to you. Well, if Florida is cold, imagine what we're feeling in NYC. The beautiful Radhika Jaipal, Savitri Bailey, Bertie Ramcharan, Pami Hernandez, Radhika Jaikran, Dripal, good night, good night. The beautiful Chandralal, good night to you. Thank you very much, Sita Ramkaran. Old is gold, as they say. Bring you some tunes from yesteryear. Love is in the air, and love is always in the air. Sending all my love and Ken's love to each and every one of you. Good night, good night. Thank you for being a part of our company, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Well, guys, what can I say? We have a celebrity in the building, and we will start off playing his song so you guys can get familiar with this. And I know most of you listen to it on YouTube. Mr. Navin Singh, Selecta Bolt.
Let me tell you something. I love my life.
Enjoy it, brother, while it lasts. One.
Featuring Mr. Mahendra Ramkissoon. That's right, big tune indeed, making 38,000 views on YouTube as we speak. So guys, give him a little teaser and we'll go back to the older song you filmed it last year, I believe. So we'll play his first song, then go to the new remix. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, brother. I love my life.
Enjoy it, brother, while it lasts. One up.
I love me life cause I feel like a champion. Happiest man alive cause I live in and survive. I love me life cause I feel like a champion. Happiest man alive cause I live in and survive.
Cause you never really know if there is a tomorrow. Cheers, me brother, let we drink.
Irshad Khan in India, good night to you, sir. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing wonderful. Good evening to each and every one of you. We have a celebrity in the building. He goes by the name Mr. Navin Singh. And what's so awesome about this is that I get to know this guy as he's growing, and I could see his passion for music. And I know Selecta Bolt have his oldest song, which was produced last year. And then this year he came out saying, I'll do a better production. I want to put more love into a song. And he came out with, what can I say, Love My Life. And I know you'll have a passion for life. So guys, put your hands together for Mr. Navin Singh. You could find him on YouTube. Navin, welcome to our studio tonight. How are you doing?
Thank you, Shanaz, for the introduction. I would like to say good night to your viewers and good night, everyone.
And I'm sure the guy, a very good friend of yours that played a big role also that you trust when it comes to music, Mr. Mahen is also going to be watching you and cheering you on because you guys have a passion for music. He saw your vision, he saw your passion, and he know you could do it all.
Well, that's the man, Mr. Mahendra Ramkissoon. Firstly, I would like to, thank him for giving me the opportunity to put me where I'm here today in the chutney business. Normally, I was never a chutney singer. I was most a Bollywood singer.
Well, music is what comes from the heart and what you feel. So, if you feel it and you have the words for it, congratulations. From the first song to this song, what can I say? It's like an explosion.
Well, yes, and that happened because we were fixing his bar, and he saw me was doing some singing karaoke. So he said, hey.
So that's where it came from. So it's really good to, when you see potential, and there's potential in everyone. He saw that you love music, you love to sing, and you have a passion for music as much as he have a passion for music. And he, with little guidance, we all should guide each other. And you're in the right path. What can I say?
Well, yes, I couldn't ask for anything better. So
guys, you want to hear the first song or you want to hear the second song? The first song featuring a little bit of your background.
As a
contractor. And I know you're a hard-working contractor, also a frontline worker. So I have the video. I'll play it for you on Thursday, I promise. But today we'll go with the audio, which, shows the hard work and dedication construction workers have to face every day.
That's true. And this song was all about my life story also.
That's right. I looked at it and it started from home. It started filming from the morning when you leave to work, your daily routine, and, a hard day at your job. Construction work is not easy. So when you guys hire a contractor, make sure you appreciate and pay them well, as Selecta Bolt is signaling me. Make sure you appreciate their value. So let's go with contractor.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Let's go Selecta Bolt. Navin Singh, find him on YouTube.
We are contractors and we working all over, nicing up your place and we make life so better. Yes, we working hard, till a woman going mad, but we get we paycheck, how them does God. We are contractors and we working all over. Wake up in the morning, not eat working hard, still a woman going.
Big up to the contractors out there. Navin, sing.
We are contractors and we working all over. Now Friday evening, all the friends them calling. Meet up for a fest bar. Is that rupee down? Now Friday evening, all the friends them calling. Meet up for a fest bar. Is that rupee down? Them girls just last we in meeting, close drinking. But with our tips, they still getting something. But at the end of the day, we wife and we family. They always come first. God bless them and curse. We are contractors and we working all over. Nicing up your place and we make life so better. Yes, we working hard, still a woman going hard. But we get we paycheck, how them that's God. We are contractors and we working all over. Loving, my best, Easy Rishi.
Marvin, you're back to war.
And that was written and sung by Navin Singh. You can find him on YouTube, and it's a true reality story. The video is awesome. You know, it shows how hard you guys work, contractors work, and because the love for music, how easy was it to write that song for you?
Well, as I said, the biggest help came from Mr. Mahendra Ramkissoon. He's the one who basically wrote that song with me and him, you know. So, but he the one that inspired everything concerning that song.
Very good song. So now, with further ado, the song I've been waiting for, and you guys will definitely see this video on Thursday, Shanaz Musical Sensation. It will be featured on Shanaz Musical Sensation, our TV program that airs on Verizon, Channel 477, Spectrum TV, Channel 96, and hey, Estetema Barbies and Demerara, you can now watch Shanaz Musical Sensation on TV, Channel 28. So you'll be seeing Navin all the way in Guyana. And talking about a live event, I could hear that coming. I could see that coming in 2021 after COVID is gone. So guys, let's go with Love Me Life. And speaking of appreciating life, Navin, this one, tell us a little bit about Love Me Life.
Well, this is a song that wrote by Mr. Mahendra Ramkissoon again. And it's a song that if you listen carefully to the lyrics, it really has meaning. That is about your life, the way you live, and, you know, just enjoy it. We don't know what is there tomorrow.
That's right, especially with COVID, you know, giving us all a reality check. No one knows that tomorrow is guaranteed. So live for today, love your life, appreciate the people around you, and hey, listen to Navin sing on YouTube. Let's go. Selecta Bolt is on the ones and the twos. You're locked on to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Our musical program is on Thursday, but you know, it's hard to get hold of this celebrity, so he decided to make a special visit to our studio. Let's go.
Let me tell you something, brother. I love my life.
Enjoy it, brother, while it lasts. One love.
The voice of them are watching me, Mr. Mahendra Ramkissoon.
I love me life cause I feel like a champion. Happiest man alive cause I live in and survive. I love me life cause I feel like a champion. Happiest man alive cause I live in and survive.
Cause you never really know if there is a tomorrow. Cheers, me brother, let we drink and dance and have a little fun. I love me life and I feel like a champion. Happiest can be and always want to strive.
I love me life cause I feel like a champion. Happiest man alive cause I live in and survive. Live your life. Everybody live your life. I say live your life. Live your life. Well, yo, it's your boy Mahendra, bigging up Navin, Rishilak and Maha Studio.
Life is a journey, we all have to travel. The road always have a little trouble. Never say never, you always a winner. My father tell me, must never be a
I feel like a champion. Happiest man alive, cause I live in and survive. I love me life cause I feel like a champion. Happiest man alive, cause I live in and survive.
Cause you never really know if there is a tomorrow. Chase me, brother, let we drink and dance and have a little fun. I love my life and I feel like a champion. Happiest can be and always want to strive.
I love me life cause I feel like a champion. Happiest man alive, cause I live in and survive. Live your life, everybody live your life. I say live your life, live your life.
Live Your Life Indeed, done by Mr. Navin Singh featuring Mahendra Ramkissoon. Demo Watch Me, a really good friend, and he's also been here in the studio. He actually sat in the same chair you're sitting in last year. Wonderful friend indeed. So guys, congratulate Navin Singh on his beautiful song, and I must pick up his team that's here today supporting him. The Vendita Production. Come on, who are they?
The Vendita Production.
And if you love that video and you want to get your video done, call them up. Say Navin Singh recommend and you'll get a very big discount because the editing is A+ on that one. I must say that. You know, it takes a lot of time and energy when you're producing music and video. So, you know, you took the time, you got some good editors. They did a fantastic job with that. And, you know, it's not easy getting a really good video out there these days. Everyone thinking, you know, it's easy. It's not. It's a lot of work behind the scenes and editing. So color correction alone could be a pain in the butt. Especially, you know, it's light in the studio. We were all looking a little purple. I don't know why. I think Ken put some purple somewhere around here in the studio. And Selecta Bolt, thank you to our DJ for always being there, doing our setup, you know, and do join me on Thursday, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken, every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Island Zone Radio, Shanaz Musical Sensation, where we release all the music videos, all the new songs. Our Monday program is not about music, but it's so hard to get hold of. My close friend, who is so big in music and construction work, Mr. Navin Singh, has been a wonderful friend and supporter when it comes to music and all the big show that went down in Amazur Concert Hall. He's been there to support me and his entire family. So let's give some thank yous to some folks that's been there to support you.
Yes, I would say special thanks to my wife, because without her, I don't think I could ever get anything done.
That's right. You know, it's always good to have, have her support. And if Navin said he wants to come to Shanaz shows in Amazura, she will get her team together, she will get her friends together, and she will give us that support. Yes. So it means a lot, you know. I always said empower your spouse to bring out the best they can. If they love to sing, motivate them. If they love to cook, encourage them. And you love music, and I'm glad that she's giving you the support. You know, being out there as a musician, singing at live event, I wouldn't blame her for holding you back a little bit, but you know. But she said, go ahead, do what you want to do, and you get all her love and, you know, support.
Yes. As I said, I was most Bollywood singer. I sing in Mandir, Temple, the Harmonium. That is where...
You know, that's strange, because mostly these guys who turn to Chutney singing, guess what? I start out in the Mandir.
That's so true.
And singing Bollywood, and then they turn to Chutney.
Yes, as I said, Mahendra Ramkissoon, that's the man who put me into the Chutney. And
Clash of the Titans. I want to see you on that platform. Clash of the Titans, going back to Guyana.
God will, he's planning something this year, hopefully.
It's under, you know, down low, but something is coming up. And when Mahendra plans something, believe me, I love his enthusiasm when it comes to show business. And he always have a sold-out crowd in Guyana. The National Stadium. So guys, if you're expecting a show, the biggest crowd to Guyana will be coming by Mr. Mahendra Ramkissoon. So where is Selecta Bolt? Let's rock and roll. Thank you for being in our company with Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. We have our wonderful guest in the studio tonight, Mr. Navin Singh. You could check out him on YouTube. Let's go. song. So what are you working on? What's coming up next? Did this song inspire you to go bigger? Because as I said earlier, it's racking up to 38,000 views on YouTube as we speak. Not forgetting all the videos that we've been sharing behind the scenes on everybody's TV program and radio program that's getting 10,000 views. So guys, Navin Singh is the name, and what is your next game?
Well, it's a surprise.
It's a surprise. He went from Bollywood to Chutney. I'm thinking Bollywood again. Maybe a Bollywood love song?
It's a mix, Bollywood and Chutney. Love song. It's a love song this time.
It's a love song. They know I love love songs. So guys, continue watching Shanaz Musical Sensation every Saturday on Verizon, Channel 477, Spectrum TV, Channel 96, on Facebook Live, also every Monday and Thursdays right here, Shanaz Musical Sensation. Love each and every one of you. Selecta Bolt, let's go. And we'll be taking our leave pretty soon, but we have Navin Singh in the studio, a celebrity to chat with.
If you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be cooking the way you do. You can be hooking me. If you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because you're hooking me. I'm not leaving, that's impossible to do. Cause if you want me to go, looking the way you do. You can be cooking the way you do. You can be hooking me. If you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because you're hooking me.
Well, good night to it's Jay Dearnoin, Alvin Ramsrup, the beautiful Gina Mangru, Paul Ratnas, good night to you, the beautiful Veronica Jaglal, Sharon, good night to you, my beautiful friend in Toronto, Nasima Rohaman, good night to you, Shoba Suku.
But you don't understand when you watch
DJ Fest.
Say that I win the lottery. How you go pick up just so and then don't me know.
Rowan, good night to you.
But your back on me clothes in a garbage bag. You put the
Tina saying good night, good night. Angie, how you doing?
about your place to come inside. Baby, go to me that you go.
Angie, Inderjeet, Bibi Ali in the No Janjat group. Sabita Somwar, Stephanie Rupnarayan, Bibi Juno, Radha Totaram, Mary Ann Lou, good night to you. And our Queens community, Lions Club, Mr. Riyad Khan, good night to you.
You can be looking the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because no matter what I say, you are hearing.
Radha Sani Claire, good night to you. Barbara Singh, how you doing? Seema, good night, good night. Tony Budwa,
Mash up with dress so.
Shirley Passad, Akbar Nizam,
That is a trophy. So if you throw away the thing, it go hurt me. No, baby, no. But your back on me clothes in a garbage bag. You put it on the ground by the roadside. You can't get out your place to come inside. Baby, go do me that. You go break me heart. Can't believe.
Stephanie Rupnarayan, good night to you.
Just so. Cause if
Special thank you to our live guest tonight in the studio.
you can be looking the way you do. You can be cooking
Our front seat, the beautiful Kavita Ramkissoon, Kenneth Ramkissoon, Selecta Bolt is on the ones and the twos.
the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because you're hooking me. You done hook me.
Where is our beautiful Varshni Kedarnauth? Bibi Rafiq, good night. You, Tina Singh, good night, good night.
Ways make me feel like a.
Nadia Gunny from Toronto, good night to you. Devi Ganesh. Jamal Hassan, good night, good night. Mr. Jash Ramanan, that's right. Good night to Original Creation. Jamila, how you doing? Good night, Tayab. Well, it's DJ Rick and Andrea. Chandrelal, thank you for all the love and support. Nadia Gani, good night, good night. Love is in the air. That's all my love to each and every one of you. Ali. Shoba, good night to you. Shami, Anthony, good night, good night.
Baby, I love you. Baby, I love you. Baby, I love you so. Baby, I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you so. बात होने दो
मुझको अपनी बाहों में सोने दो
ना आँखों आँखों में बात होने दो
मुझको अपनी बाहों में सोने दो
शादी हो जाने दो
शादी हो जाएगी पहले मीठे सपनों में खोने
Hey Radhika Diana, good night to you watching us from Canada.
आँखों में बात होने दो
Mr. Farouk M is saying good night to Navin Singh.
में सोने दो
Davy Ganesh, good night, good night.
मन का पंछी डोले
Well, a special good night is going out to Mr. Christopher De Silva and his wonderful family in Florida. Good night, Christopher, and your wonderful family coming from Jamal Hassan. Tina saying good night to you.
बात बढ़ेगी आगे लेकिन हौले हौले
कब तक इंतजारे
उम्र पड़ी है सारी दिल को जरा दिल में समोने दो हाँ आँखों आँखों में बात होने दो
मुझको अपनी बाहों में सोने दो
शादी हो जाने
Well, Mr. Ravi D. Mohan, I hope you run the video in Essequibo for Navin Singh.
ना 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 आँखों आँखों में बात
Chano Lal Bachchan, good night to you.
मुझको अपनी बाहों में सोने दो
For Waka to you guys locked on in Suriname. Thank you very much, Tina Singh.
पहले भी बरखा थी
Good night, Mr. Dev Jai Prasad. How are you doing? Good night to each and every one of you. Thank you guys for being in our company tonight. And every Monday on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken.
पहले भी बरखा थी ऐसी ना भली थी
फूल बनी है अब तू पहले पहले
जाने मन
बोलिए मेहरबान
I will be sending you that music video, Mr. Ravi Mohan.
मत खेलिए
A wonderful program broadcasting in Essequibo.
जाने जा
टूट के रह जाएगी प्यार में मेरी जान
देखिए आज जाने मन
बोलिए मेहरबान
हमसे यूं मत खेलिए
Well, a special good night is going out to Mr. Jamal Hassan and his beautiful wife, Sherry. Good night to you, Sherry.
रह जाएंगे हम भी तो मेरी जान
Guys, remember Thursday we'll sing the music video, the beautiful music video done by Vendetta Production, and yes, featuring Navin Singh and Mr. Mahendra Ramkissoon. Love your life.
जो हुआ सनम सो हुआ सनम भूल जाओ न जी राम जी की चिड़ी
Sunita Gobind, good night. You Mr. Paul Ratnas, good night, good night.
राम जी का खेल खाओ रे चिड़ैया भर भर पे खाओ रे चिड़ैया भर भर पे खाओ रे चिड़ैया भर भर पे राम जी की चिड़िया
Mr. Ramya Prasad, good night to you.
खाओ रे चिड़ैया भर भर पे
Shobha Samrat, good night, good night. Thank you guys for being in our company as we pull the curtains down for tonight on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. I hope to see you guys on Thursday for the full musical program. Our program on Sundays and Mondays is not about music, but you know, on Thursdays, we want you to get on the dance floor, we want you to relax, and that's my musical program. Tina Singh, good night, Jamal Hassan, thank you very much. Romeo Prasad, Shobha Samrat, and I'm sure Mr. Navin would like to say thank you to a few people as we wrap it up on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken.
Yes, Shanaz. Firstly, I'd like to thank you again once for having me here. I'd like to say hello to your viewers. You always been having a wonderful platform. I enjoy it. Most of the time, I watch your program.
Thank you. He's a wonderful friend and supporter. I could tell when he's watching and his family is watching my program. So I appreciate the love and support, my friend. It goes both ways, you know.
Of course. And this year, I think we're going to do some work together, some charity work, which I really put in thought.
Lots of big things coming up. And I know it takes a big heart to do it. And you said when, you know, the more we talk and know about each other, he said he wants to get involved. He wants to do more. So here it is, our platform to do more for, you know, when it comes to humanitarian mission.
Of course, yeah. So, you know, I would like to thank you for that. You've been doing such a great job in the community in Guyana. And I really want to be part of that. Hope that, you know, we could do some work together. And once again, thanks for having me. Thanks each and every one of you who support me. My nephew, they were my #1 fan. They are the one who get me out here. And, you know, thanks again to each and every one of you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you to Vendetta Production and your wonderful team right here in the studio. So guys, check him out, Navin Singh on YouTube. I'll attach the link to that song in the Dropbox, so keep it coming. Thank you to Selecta Bolt, my wonderful DJ, for, you know, always getting our program ready. Whenever I see a song or artist send me their song, I send it to Selecta Bolt, so we have a playlist going on there. So thank you for the love, thank you for the support. And until next time, we'll leave you with whatever Selecta Bolt have on the ones and the twos. Let me hear it.
DJ Selena.
And that's a good number. Tina Singh, good night, good night. Do you know Tina Singh?
That's my sister.
Of course, he's looking very handsome. Tina, good night to you. Sita Ramkaran, good night to you. Bright Eyes, how you doing? Thank you for all the love and support on Shanaz Musical Sensation, on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Davey Ganesh, good night to you. Thank you for your production team, for coming out here and, you know, always being a support system for you. Auntie Nalini, thank you, thank you. And I know, Auntie Nalini, listen to your song. She said, great voice, beautiful song, Navin Singh.
Thank you.
Thank you for the love and support. I will attach the link to that song. Thank you for being in our company on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Do join us next Monday for a regular programming. Happy New Year's to each and every one of you. Special thank you to our live studio audience, the beautiful Kavita Ramkissoon and the entire family. Thank you to the entire Singh family as well. Good night to beautiful Barbara Ramarat. How are you doing? Usha Azimullah in Wisconsin. So I hope you share all the beautiful music videos with Usha Azimullah in Wisconsin. Auntie Nalini Naidu, Savitri Bailey, good night to you. Thank you, thank you. Yes, let's get home safe tonight. Until next time, thank you.
लड़के ने लड़की को छेड़ा तो ऐसा क्या तूफान हो गया